What's up guys, welcome to another video, and today we are going to be coding a very interesting design. We're going to be coding some wonderful glowing play buttons. So I hope you're ready for it. Let's get straight into it. So first off, in order to have our play buttons, we need to have an SVG image. So an SVG image will just permit us to have the particular drawing. So don't get intimidated by this code. It's just an image. So that's the image of the glowing button over there. And so we are just going to put a couple of them. So we have the first one. We're going to add another one. I'm going to add another one. Don't forget, you can always get all these codes on my GitHub profile. You can find all the codes for all the tutorials on this channel. So now that we have our three glowing play buttons, you can use virtually any image that you want, as long as it has the different properties. So you can see what how the code is structured in the SVG file. So it's a little bit complicated, so I'm not going to get into it right about now. But basically, it's just an HTML file with some specific properties which gives it the different shapes. For example, it has this class, it has this width, it has this height for the rectangular shape, and so on and so forth. So you can definitely just read through the code and you understand what it's all about. So, but now that we have our play buttons, let's just get straight into it. We're going to start by coding our body. So we put the body, position, absolute, display, flex, inset 0, align items to the center, justify contents, center as well. Then we'll put a background color of 0, 0, 0. Yes, let's make it all black. That looks way more interesting. So now you're going to use the class glow. So if you go through the different SVG code, you're going to see all these different classes and where they apply. Put an opacity of 0 and add a transition of, so we're going to add a transition based on the opacity. So this is actually what's going to permit the glow to appear. So as you can see, the glow has disappeared from the top of the play button. So we add a width, add some heights, make the buttons a little bigger, and change the cursor whenever it hovers over the buttons. So this is the bit of code that is going to make the glow to appear whenever we are hovering over the buttons. Okay, so you're going to continue. Scroll down a little bit to make it more visible. So we have the svg hover.glow me, svg hover.glow all, button top. Now we're going to deal with the button top whenever we hover. Or maybe let's deal with the SVG hover. Button top. So you have a field here, and we'll change the color. Maybe to something like this. Oh, sorry, 1F. Then we have now the button sides. So again, you can find all these classes if you go through the code of the SVG. It's pretty clear there what all these classes affect. So you go ahead and put some color here. Make it a little darker on the edges. See, the sides are a little darker now. Now when we hover over them, we want to change the fill to a different color as well. Let's go with this color. So now when the SVG comes into focus, what's going to happen? We want to put an outline none, else we'll be having a different reaction that we don't want. So now we just have a little bit of code to add as well. SVG focus dot. So let's add some stroke to the sides of each button. Okay, let me just scroll down a little bit to make all of the codes fully visible. So now just hang in there. We are near the end. When the SVG is active, we want to put the top to have a different color as well. Okay. Now for the end of type 1, we are going to translate. Oh, sorry. We're going to transform, then translate 37%, negative 35%. Just put it a little up. Then we're gonna copy all of these lines. Then put it to the third child. Then change these percentages. This is going to be negative 37 instead. And then positive 35. So there should be a lines like that. So I think that's pretty much it for our CSS code. I think we have everything. So you can go through all the SVG code and see where all the classes are found. So now if we hover over the buttons, as you can see, it start glowing. But I think there's still something lacking here. Maybe we can make this white inside dim or dark so that it appears once with everything else. Okay, so we still have the middle play triangles which are still glowing, and I don't like that, so we're gonna fix that. So here we had a class which was glow allow, but it's instead supposed to be glow all, so we're going to delete that. And now we have the center rectangles which aren't glowing anymore, just like we wanted. So now you see, if we hover over them, everything changes and it's glowing. It's wonderful, it's bright. So you can see that the sides have a different color, the glow appears, and the center triangle starts being illuminated. So that's a wonderful design, some simple design to do, and it's a wonderful thing to have on your website. It really invites people and people feel like clicking. So when you click on it, it becomes focused on, it becomes active, and so you see a different color as well. You can see all of those codes here in our CSS. We have here the active somewhere around here. So let's find that. So yeah, SVG focus. So this is what makes it to have the white color when it comes into focus. Then when it's active now, you see is this color. So if I went ahead and put red over here to make it a lot visible, so when you click here, you see that it has the red color. So that's what makes it to have that color, because when you click on it, it becomes active. So that's how it goes. So this is simple animation. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you use it in future. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Catch you on the next one.